as you're all no doubt aware, I really enjoy Wuthering Waves. I really like its community. For the most part, its community likes me. However, I have noticed over the course of the last few days, there are some people on social media that are becoming the thing that the vast majority of us dislike. What is that one single comment, the one single attack that specific sub-communities of gacha tend to use to attack Wuthering Waves? Wuthering Waves revenue is low. Wuthering Waves only made X amount of money. All of this is according to Sensor Tower revenue, the gacha revenue reporting websites. And what is the one thing that I continue to tell all of you, that we as a community continue to tell people? Those websites are speculation. They are all fake. As of the last 48 hours, like every month, the gacha revenue websites are documenting how each game theoretically did. And because Wuthering Waves is so high, because Wuthering Waves on mobile is reported to have made 28 million, specific players are suddenly going to social media and claiming Wuthering Waves is doing incredibly well. Look, listen, yes, Wuthering Waves is doing phenomenally. Wuthering Waves continues to break records, but we cannot claim that the websites are fake when they report the game doing poorly. And I use the term poorly here, but like $7, $8, $10 million is still incredible. When they report revenue is down, we cannot claim that it's fake. And then when the revenue is up, we cannot claim that it is factual. We cannot celebrate. That is hypocritical. That is a direct contradiction. And that is not what we want to promote. No, not at all. This is fake. This is speculation. It doesn't matter if it says Wuwa made $100 million for a month, toppling Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail and Love and Deep Space. It doesn't matter because it's fake. What we can do and what we can use are these websites as an indicator, not objective fact, but an indicator as to how a game is doing. There are numerous different websites that you can use to show how well a gacha game is doing. You can track how well a specific banner, a specific character is doing based off of where they rank in each respective country. If a new character like Carlotta releases or Astra Yao and Zenless releases and it breaks the top 10, then it's likely doing very well. If a character releases and it doesn't even break the top 50, evidently it's probably not doing too well. Especially when each respective game has a track record, a history of breaking into the top 10. There is therefore a direct comparison that can be made. I see Wuthering Waves here at almost $30 million on mobile, and I immediately think to myself, yeah, it's probably made over $30 million on mobile. It's probably made over $30 million on PC. It's probably made over $30 million on the PlayStation platform. You know where the PlayStation platform ranked it for days, weeks? Number 2. I did a dedicated video discussing this. Right here, Genshin Impact was number 1. Wuthering Waves was number 2. If Genshin Impact was making tens of millions, well, I think they say that it makes roughly the equivalent of what PC makes, and PC makes roughly the equivalent of what mobile makes. So if this right here made $100 million on mobile, and then $100 million on PC, and then $100 million on console, then this right here, making 30 million, probably made significantly more on PC and significantly more on console. So in theory, what Genshin made, what Wuthering Waves made, what Zenless Zone Zero made at number 3 are vastly higher numbers than anything that is reported here, anything that is documented here. Before we go any further, I do want to take a moment here to thank all of my incredible patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube channel members who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are absolutely phenomenal, and I genuinely cannot thank you all enough for the support. The gacha revenue website reports $28 million. And according to Solon Lee, the CEO of Kudo Games and therefore Wuthering Waves, the game exceeded player expectations and achieved the highest single-day revenue since launch. And it maintained this trajectory for several days, not nearly as high over the course of a 2-week period, but still significantly higher than at roughly any point in the entire game's history. In its first 30 days, according to the gacha revenue websites, the game made roughly 80 to 100 million. Yet according to these now, it made 28. See how none of this makes sense? Gacha revenue websites are putting it severely under what the actual CEO is putting it at, severely under what the actual stores are putting it at. You cannot trust this. It's ridiculous how people are basing this as fact, which is why, again, the 28 million displayed here is not positive. Claiming that this is positive, claiming that you can trust this is ridiculous. It is asinine. You cannot be in support of it when it serves to further your agenda only. It is objectively fake and objectively speculative, no matter where any game here is listed. Now, is Wuthering Waves doing good though? Evidently, Wuthering Waves is doing phenomenally. Could Wuthering Waves be doing better? Yes. Yes, it could. The reason for that, the reason why it doesn't hit numbers that Genshin hits, that Zenless hits, that, well, I mean, evidently Zenless and Wuwa bounce around between like 10 to 30 million, but the reason it doesn't hit numbers higher than it could potentially hit is because Hoyo games, right? They cost 90 pulls to hit pity, 180 pulls to hit the guarantee. Wuthering Waves requires 80 pulls to hit pity and 160 pulls to hit a guarantee. If a single pull costs 160 Primo Gems or 160 Asurite, that means that a 10 pull costs 1600. It costs 18 10 pulls to hit the guarantee. So 18 times the 1600 required equates to 28,800. So 28,800 Primo Gems. $100 nets you 6,400. $200 nets you 12,960. So $400 nets you roughly 25,000. To hit the 28,000, you're gonna need to buy the $50 pack. That equates to $450 for a single guaranteed character. Wuthering Waves, on the other hand, is 25,000. This is over 3,000 less than Genshin Impact, which in theory then is at a bare minimum $50 cheaper per limited character. Recently, Genshin overhauled their weapon acquisition. It no longer costs as much as it once did. It cost at, I believe, pre like 5 point something, 240 pulls to hit the guarantee. Now it supposedly costs only 160 pulls to hit the guarantee. That is the equivalent of what Wuthering Waves costs to hit a limited character guarantee. Now, Wuthering Waves guarantees your weapon at 80 pulls. There is an 80 pull pity for the weapon guarantee. So 16 pulls times 1600, you get 25,600. Since Wuthering Waves guarantees you your weapon at only 80, it costs only half of this, 12,800. 12,800 costs $200. $200 versus $400. See the contrasting difference here? This is why, and that is disregarding the fact that you can buy the max rarity, the limited banner characters as dupes with currency that you acquire as you continue to pull for characters. See how no matter how popular Wuwa gets, it will always trail behind because it is more friendly and more generous to players. At the end of the day, Genshin here likely made hundreds of millions of dollars, not 99, probably 200-300 million. Honkai Star Rail says it made 50 million, probably made at least 150 to 200 million. Wuwa and Zenless, 28 and 26 million, they both made, I guarantee you, over 100 million each. Wuwa probably made 120, 150. These games are doing incredibly. It doesn't matter what people say. Don't let them tell you otherwise. These are just haters trying to make you feel bad about playing a game that is doing well and that you enjoy. All these games are doing good. All these games are doing better than it is being reported that they are doing. This is a fake website. This is fake tracking. This is all speculation. Please stop pretending it's not. Hey, where do you think you're going? I see what you're doing there. I see you navigating on over, scrolling on over to that X button. Don't you dare. What I need you to do is take a moment and click one of the videos that are about to appear as soon as I'm done talking. And trust me, you're gonna wanna.